What is up everyone, it's TK and today we have the new sneak peeks coming for our new update. Now, I'm gonna go straight ahead and show you our new defense, which I think you guys saw from the thumbnail. And guys, this might just be my favorite defense in the game just because of the damage it puts out. Now, this is gonna be the multi-gear tower. So this means you can obviously, kind of gear up and merge your two kind of geared up towers and archer towers and the cannon to get this tower as well. You can see how many gems and how many, gold it needs. That's without a gold pass. Obviously, if you have the gold pass, it's gonna be much less. Now, guys, this tower has an interesting thing about it because you can actually switch around. You can go ahead with a long range, very kind of, I would say, weaker tower, as in this right here. You can see it did have the option and it's 2 levels, so just like the fire spitter, you can upgrade it to level 2. No supercharge, but look, here we go, and you can see the upgrade will give you a gold style to it as well. It does have a lot of hit points with it, and that's the fun part about this tower. Now the range is 12 tiles, so put it perspective for you, that's 1 more tile than the monolith, but 2 tiles less than the ground expo. And this tower, whichever you choose to be, the other one is gonna be crazy, okay? Don't worry, I'm gonna show you. This tower is basically going to hit ground and air no matter which, of course, one you choose to go with on your base. It's just about, do you want it to have a longer range and lower, I would say, damage and lower fire rate, or do you want it to be just like this little bad boy right here? This is going to be your new tower if you go ahead and put it on the faster but shorter range. This range is going to be just like the ricochet cannon, something around that area. But guys, I want you to see this queen gets absolutely melted. This cannon is probably, as I said, my favorite defense in the game, because obviously before that the monolith it was, and I think the spitters was kind of going around, but guys, this cannon, man, it just doesn't stop. Look at the fire rate, look at the damage. It's crazy, it's crazy. Now hopefully we can build bases around it really good, so troops don't have access to it as much, and hopefully it will be decent. I don't think it's gonna work out in spell towers because obviously you guys know if there's a rage tower or there's an invisibility tower, usually people either pop the warden ability on one of the rage and do overgrowth on the other one, or the same as that spell tower with the invisibility. It just doesn't work that well, obviously. And I think this could be a solo defense just like the monolith. Like, just look at the damage you put onto that fox. Like, imagine it's the end of the attack and your RC gonna get cooked, man. But I will just also show you the level 2, how this defense would look like. Basically, it's the same like kind of hit points as you get from the last one, so the hit points are the same on the tower, but the damage and the fire rate would be different. You can see how this goes around, and obviously this looks amazing. It fits the theme. I don't know if it's a lot more Clash of Clans ish, but yeah, you can see, man. So now, looking at our new tower, of course, on the attack, I also wanted to show you before we go on to our new troops and defenses. This is how it does. The fire rate is slow, the damage is okay, it's not too perfect, it's not too crazy, and it's locked on, and it will kill that troop and it will stay locked on, just like any other defense except, of course, the fire spitters. But still, you can see the damage is very good and very decent for the range that you're going to be getting. It's just about the fire rate, right? So is it worth it? Is it not? It depends on your base layout, honestly. So we are going to see some crazy bases very soon in Legends League, and if you want to get some new bases for Legends League and CWL or Wars, make sure you join the membership on the channel. I'm going to advertise myself right now, okay? No sponsor or anything, it's just myself, okay? You can go ahead and get the membership if you would like to, and I appreciate every support. But let's move on to our new workshop. This is gonna be slightly confusing to you, okay? I'm gonna try my best to explain this because this is a troop launcher. It will launch the CC that you chose to go for. So the barrels are having 1 giant, 2 archers, one wall breaker, and I believe, yeah, 2 barbarians, as you can see. It's archer actually 3. But of course, with the levels, you get more of each. You get the point, okay? But how does a CC work? Well, let me tell you. If you, for example, have 3 ice golem in your siege barracks, or troop launcher, better say, if the first barrel drops, your ice golem is gonna be popping first. Then these random troops that you can see on the screen, the giant archers, wall breaker, and everything. The next barrel will be your second ice golem, and then the later, of course, in the same barrel, you will get all those extra troops. The next barrel is your third and final ice golem. If you don't have anything else in the CC, once the HP of the troop launcher goes off, nothing is going to come out. But at the same time, if you have it to the maximum level, I believe it's around 7 barrels that you get out of this. So you can see it gives you more barrels, more kind of tanking and all that type of stuff. It depends what you take in your CC. If you take a high damage, high housing space like a super dragon, the first barrel will drop the super dragon and the rest will just have nothing. But let's say if you have 3 loons and then the super dragon, like a regular CC, that's when 3 loons will get dropped with 3 different barrels, and the 4th barrel will be your super dragon. So from the lower housing space to the higher one. Now you can see how you can play around with this. You can count the way you want your troops to be dropped on those first early barrels, and then the main troop, let's say like a P.E.K.K.A. or like a golem, you want it to be on the 7th and the last barrel to get dropped in the base. So this barrel also works, as you can see, around the area where your troops are. So you can see when it drops the barrel, it's on your troop. So it's like a support. So what is the range, you might ask? Well guys, this is the interesting part. This troop launcher does not have a range. You can literally put it on the 9 o'clock all the way to the left of the base and drop a troop all the way to the right, and the barrel will go and reach there. It's kind of crazy, but hopefully you understood what I meant. Now let's move on to our haste spell new level. You can see we're gonna get a level 6 haste spell. I don't know if it's too useful. Maybe it's an upcoming Lalo upgrades for our new updates in future, but obviously no one uses a haste, man. It's just no one does. It's just not there. Obviously the speed increase is actually quite a lot for its decent speed increase in my opinion, but that would be a bit of a useless spell right now in the meta, because obviously this spell is more used with the Lalo. I don't know why they upgraded now, but maybe, as I said, in future we're gonna get a new Loon and Lava Hound level. So moving on, we have the poison spell. The poison spell is obviously the spell that everyone has in their army. It's literally everyone use 1 poison in their army, and it's good we're getting a new level, but obviously not as good in defense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. The new spell level of the poison might actually cook really crazy. But yeah, let's move on. Now we do have our new Teslas, which are gonna get new levels, and guys, these are going to also get supercharged, okay? Don't forget. Now you can see how beautiful that Tesla looks. 20 million gold you're gonna give, and of course you can see the gems and how much it needs. Obviously, as I said, these are without gold passes, so you can kind of calculate around, but the Tesla looks amazing. You can see the supercharge, you get 2 and 1 level 1 of course supercharge is around 10 million. With the gold pass I would believe it's around 8 point something. So yeah, again you can see how that works out. Now you can see also the new scattershot level here, and it's looking really nice. Okay, it's just about, is it gonna be as useful? Okay, so the stats aren't promising. You can see 5 damage, and of course you get another 5 I believe in the supercharge, because you can also supercharge the scatter shot. So you're basically supercharging the entire base until Town Hall 18, to be honest. But yeah, that would be it for the scatter shot. Moving on, we have our new expo level, and the expos, as I said onto the other defenses, they look fantastic, man. The dark theme, it's just beautiful with this town hall, and it's quite expensive. I'm not even gonna lie, it's actually quite expensive. Now personally, me myself, I don't think I'm gonna max this update as I did on the last one. It's just, you know, nothing going on really, to be honest, here right now, so I can max it. I still kind of upset about my other maxing video. I spent a lot of, you know, money, but still, I don't know. I don't know, man, but the Expo, it looks nice. It looks nice. We have also 2 supercharge level for the Expo. A lot of supercharges, man, a lot of supercharges. But we have next up our Mortar. Mortar will also look real juicy when it goes to the next level, which is going to be level 17, and you can again supercharge it. Yes, as you can see on the stats, it's not fully maxed because you can supercharge it, and it looks amazing, man. Like, the Mortar is one of those defenses where it always look good. I missed, like, just look at the launcher itself, like the lava launcher or thing, whatever it's in the Mortar. It just perfect, man. It perfectly matched with the theme. Now, these are all going to be your new defenses and how they're going to be looking. Of course, you can see the superchargers are not as expensive, especially if you have the gold pass. It's going to be way cheaper in your upgrades and upgrade times, but the aesthetics is just beautiful. Now, with the walls, you can actually upgrade 25% more than you already have. So I believe that's around 80 walls if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it could be 100, but I don't think it's 100 because, yeah, 100 walls is not 20% because we don't have 400 walls, right? It's just, yeah, it's maybe 80. That's what I think it is, but we didn't get a confirmation. So, moving on to our troops, we have the new level for the P.E.K.K.A. Guys, obviously, this is looking absolutely crazy. The P.E.K.K.A. is literally just like Town Hall 17 walls. The way they fit so perfect right next to each other, man, it's insanity, to be honest. But let's just go ahead and look at the new levels for the bowler, because, yeah, oh my god, man, like the gold and black theme on every troop and defense is it. This is the theme that is beauty. Okay, I don't think there's any other theme that could possibly top this one. And obviously the bowler is looking juicy. We're gonna get a new super bowler level, as you guys know, probably, you know, obviously we have a bowler level, new super bowler level. So yeah, simple as that. Now we have, I believe, bad news, and that's for the healer. And guys, I don't know why the healer got a new level. Like, the only way to use the healer is either with your root riders or with a smash army, whereas smash armies are not really in the meta right now. So the root riders are the ones that are basically going to get a buff with these healers. To me, it was kind of a pointless upgrade to the healer just because it was already too strong, you know what I'm saying? So they just gave it a level so it can fit the aesthetics of Town Hall 17, I believe, because yeah, we didn't need a new level for the healer, whereas it can actually, the root riders cannot die anymore. It's crazy. But let's see what happens, man. Hopefully the healer is not too OP. I don't know, but it looks that way. Now moving on, we do have archer level, and this might just be the first time in history that we get an archer level but not a barbarian level. Now this gives you two kind of, I believe, ideas. Firstly is that the super barbarian maybe was too strong, so they still didn't give it a level until we're gonna get all the other defenses maxed out, and then they will get a barbarian level, because obviously the barbarian itself is just useless, but the super barbarian is being used by most of the strategies. So that is one of the reasons they didn't bring it. And the other one, maybe it's because of the lower town halls and the, you know, levels that are being different, but I don't think that is actually too important, to be honest, because you don't get a maxed archer and barbarian in lower town halls anyway. So yeah, the second option is kind of pointless, but the first one I think is the main priority. The super barbarians would have been too strong. But let's move on to our new minor level, and they look good. You know, it's like on their hats they have something, it's like a light or something that it fits the theme. It's nothing too crazy, it's just minors. Now I don't know with this approach if they wanted to bring back the hybrid. You know, obviously we had still no level to the hogs, but the minors and the healers did get a new level. But the queen charge, I don't know if it's still gonna be too good, man. I think the queen charge is fully dead from now on. Depends on what defenses we get. Obviously these new defenses are even gonna make it worse for the queen charge attackers, and let's see what happens in the future, man. Let's see what happens in the future. Now, I really wanted to showcase this troop thrower again, or however you want to call it, troop launcher. It's a bit, as I said, kind of confusing unless you know what you're doing and you've seen other, you know, obviously, you know, Clash YouTubers. But what I personally believe is that This troop launcher is good for some of the dragon attacks, some of those smash attacks, and maybe in lower town halls, whereas queen charge is easier, you can actually drop Coco-Loons in front of your queen. These are really nice, but again, it's something that, like, is it better than the other things that we already have? And that is what I don't know. So we have to give it a go and see how everything turns out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and the way I explained everything and the sneak peek number 1. But come back tomorrow for a sneak peek number 2, because it's gonna be an interesting and epic sneak peek. So I can't wait to see you there. Take care. Peace.